Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca. If you're new here, hello and welcome. On this channel, we do budgeting, cash stuffing, savings challenges, fun things like that. So today we're going to be going over my new travel savings binder. So I'm really excited to show you guys this brand new binder that I have up in the shop. I'm going to be using this to plan our own family vacation as well. So I'm really excited to get started with that. And also we do have a little bit of money that we need to cash stuff into a couple of my cash envelopes today. So let's go ahead and do the cash stuffing really quick. We only have 2 envelopes that we need to cash stuff. I actually forgot to cash stuff these with our last paycheck. So like the last paycheck of January, I forgot to cash stuff. So we have $20, $40, $60, $70, $80, and $90 that we're gonna stuff into just a couple envelopes real quick. So let's go ahead and do that before we look at the travel binder. All right, so we're only gonna stuff pets and kids today. So let's go ahead and stuff kids first. So kids is gonna get $40. So we're gonna do that with 20s and then 30 and 40. So this is mainly for allowances. Only one of my children gets allowances right now because she's the only one that actually does the stuff that she's supposed to do to get her allowance. The younger ones really don't care right now about allowances. So pets is gonna get 50, so that should be the rest of our money. 40 and then 2 5s is 50. So this covers things for our Frenchie, and we also have some backyard quail, so anything that they need as well. So pets has 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66, and $67 in pets. And that's all we're gonna be cash stuffing today until our next paycheck. So let's go ahead and look at our new travel savings binder. So this is the brand new binder that I do have up in the shop. It says Adventure Awaits, and this is a travel savings binder or vacation savings binder. I really am happy with the way that this one came out. This is the front cover. And here is the back cover. It says Glow Up Your Budget, and it has my Etsy shop on it. A travel binder has been on my to-do list for over a year now, and I finally got around to doing it and feeling inspired, because when you're creating things, if you don't feel inspired and if those creative juices are not flowing, you're not going to come out with a good product. I actually had designed this and I wasn't happy with the design at all, and I completely changed it to what it is now. So I'm really happy with it now. But like I said, this has been on my list for a really long time, and I actually put it on my budget bingo card for 2025 to motivate myself to actually get it done. So right here it says create new vacation binder. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off. So that is the third thing off my bingo card that I have accomplished this year. So that is super motivating. No bingos yet, but we are still working on a lot of these things. Let's go ahead and open it up and have a look at the inside. All right, so the first page here is your trip planner. So it has a spot for your destination, the dates that you're gonna be on your trip, and then here is like a checklist of things that you need to get done before your trip. And then the second page, this is the page that you can do all of your budget planning, where you have all of your travel categories and your goal amounts that you would like to save for each category. And there are 9 slots here. If you do end up purchasing this from me from the shop and you have more than 9 categories, I will give you another one of these sheets, so you will have plenty of space to do all of your planning. Now let's go ahead and look at the envelopes and the trackers. I wanted to make this travel binder as functional as possible, and so I was trying to think of a way to make it functional when you're saving the money and when you're actually on the trip and you're spending the money. So this is what I came up with. A lot of my savings challenges on the tracker cards, it's just like pictures that you color in, like, you know, tracking how much you're saving. But when you're actually on the trip, that doesn't really help you. So I decided to make like a transaction register. So at the top of each register, you have your category. So this is saving for transportation. So you have your goal amount here, and then here you're just going to write your dates when you add or subtract money and your running total over here. So this is perfect for when you're actually saving for that vacation and when you actually reach your goal amount. But when you're actually on the trip, you can erase everything because these are laminated, and you can erase your ink, and you can write the amount that you have to spend for each category. And then you can record when you spend it on your trip and how much you have left. So it is functional for both saving and spending while you're on your vacation. So when I made my tracker cards, I was thinking that we're going to be saving for a trip to SeaWorld because that is what my daughter wanted to do for her birthday, but we are still saving for that trip. So the categories that I picked for each card kind of have to do with going to a theme park. So transportation for us would just be for gas because we do just live a couple hours from Orlando. We have lodging for our resort or hotel, food, tickets for the theme park, spending if you want to spend on souvenirs, snacks. We have 3 kids and there are a lot of snacks involved. Pet care, so someone to take care of our dog while we are gone, and then a miscellaneous fund. I thought about adding one for parking because you do have to pay for parking at theme parks, but I decided just to stick parking in with miscellaneous and not make a separate parking card. And these tracker cards are able to be personalized if you buy this from my shop. I will print whatever you want me to on these tracker cards so you can personalize it for your vacation. So what we're going to be doing today is allocating the money that I have saved so far in our travel fund to these different categories. Now, all of the money that I save for travel is kept in our high yield savings account. So I leave it in the bank so it can be gaining us some interest. So far what we have saved in our travel fund is $1,000, but I haven't allotted that $1,000 to any of these specific categories. So that is what we're gonna be doing today. So I'm gonna be using prop money to stuff these envelopes so I have a visual representation. So when you sit down to break down your travel budget, you need to come up with like a goal amount. I did sit down the other day and I was trying to research like prices of tickets and maybe some possible resorts that we could stay at in Orlando, but I couldn't come up with an exact like goal amount yet. I'm not going to write down my goal amounts today. I'm just going to write down how much I am adding and allocating to each fund today. So I am going to be using a wet erase marker, and I highly suggest that you use wet erase markers for anything laminated. I used to use Sharpies, but I had a really hard time getting the ink off the laminating sheet. Sharpies are great, and if you don't plan on reusing it, you know, go ahead and use your Sharpie, but I prefer the wet erase markers so I can very easily get the ink off and reuse all of my savings challenges and trackers that are laminated. The only downside I would say to wet erase markers is that you do have to give them some time to dry. So if you are using a wet erase marker, you need to kind of like set it aside for 5 minutes, like a solid 5 minutes, to let the ink dry before you put it back in, because that ink will not be dry and it will transfer like to the back of this sheet, or it might smudge if your hand touches it. So definitely give that ink some time to dry when you are working with these. All right, so we're going to start with transportation. Let me grab my prop money because I am going to be stuffing prop money into these, like I said. All right, so we have $1,000 to allot. So let me grab my calculator and I'm gonna put in 1,000, and then I'm going to just subtract everything as we go till we get down to 0. So the day that I am filming today is February 7th. So I'm gonna write 2/7. And in transportation, I'm going to add $100. So the total right now is 100. And then I'm going to subtract 100 from our 1,000. And I'm gonna set this tracker to the side to let it dry for a little bit. So let's go ahead and stuff $100 in prop money into our transportation fund. All right, so moving on to lodging. When I was looking at the resorts in Orlando, they're all so expensive, and I'm trying to figure out where is somewhere to stay that is a reasonable amount of money for all 5 of us, and I haven't found anything yet. All right, so today is 2/7, and for lodging, we're gonna be adding $300 to lodging. So let's minus 300, and we are at 600. I'm gonna put this one to the side as well to dry, and add our $300 to lodging. And next category is food. So food, we're going to add $300. And it is so painful to spend so much on food, but there are 5 of us, you know, and my kids eat a lot. So I want to definitely over budget for things like that, so we have plenty of money for food. And we're not big like fast food people. We eat fast food occasionally. We try not to make a habit out of it. So if we're gonna go out to eat like to a sit down restaurant, it's gonna be more than like a fast food place. All right, tickets. I am not stuffing anything into tickets right now. We're gonna be adding to our travel fund once a month for the next few months. So I will work on tickets later. All right, spending. This is for like spending money, souvenirs and stuff like that. I'm not gonna add to that today either. I'm going to add a little bit of money to snacks. My kids are such snackers, so I definitely need to allot some money for that. We're going to be adding $100 to snacks. And minus 100. Okay. And I forgot to minus the food, so that was 300. All right, so we're at $200 left. And snacks, we are adding $100 to snacks. Okay, and pet care we'll work on later. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with our dog, whether we just have family watch her or if we actually get a pet sitter. I'm not sure yet. All right, so miscellaneous, we're gonna be adding some money to miscellaneous. We're gonna go ahead and add $200 to miscellaneous. You learn very quickly as a parent that things just happen. Like when you have kids, something always happens and you always are gonna need extra money for something. So that is what this miscellaneous fund is for. Like I said before, this will also probably cover parking, like at the theme parks. And if there's parking fees at the hotel as well, that will cover anything like that. Let's go ahead and minus out our 200 and that brings us to 0. So that is our $1,000 that we have saved so far allotted. And we're going to add our $200 to miscellaneous. All right, I'm gonna go back and add my trackers back in. They should be dry now. So let's go back to the front. All right, so the first one was transportation. So that one's good and dry. And the next one is lodging. Just doing a little test to make sure that that ink is dry. And then this one was food. And then tickets and spending. And then this one is snacks. Pet care, and then miscellaneous back here. All right, so let's go back to the front and let's look at our trip planner. So for the destination, I am gonna write in SeaWorld. And for the dates, I have no idea. I don't know when we're going, so I'm not gonna put any dates. And I don't have anything on my checklist yet. That would be something that I would work on when it gets closer to the trip. So right here on our budget planner, I'm gonna write in all of the categories that I have planned for this trip. I don't have goal amounts yet, but as I figure that out, I will write in the goal amounts here. So that is all that we are going to fill out today in this binder. And I'm really excited to see our savings progress with this savings challenge book. So if you would like to grab one for yourself, I can personalize your tracker cards for you. These are up in my Etsy shop. So go check them out. The link will be down in the description. Thank you guys so much for spending some of your time with me today. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.